Patience unleashes Dom Inance, wait in silence, strike with force, whine like a master. Because haste is the grave of the reckless, impatience the chain of the fallen, and victory belongs to those who harness silence with unyielding might. You're not here to stumble in the frenzy of urgency, to let life's chaos bury your dreams. You're here to rise, to master the art of waiting, to strike with a force that crushes all opposition. Picture a boy named Chester W. Nimitz, born in 1885 in Fredericksburg, Texas, where isolation shaped his rugged youth, his hands calloused from railroad work, his spirit a storm no obstacle could tame. At 25, he faced setbacks in the Navy, his promotion stalled, yet his resolve burned with a fire that refused to waver. That fire propelled him to command the Pacific Fleet in 1941, reshape warfare. Your dominance is your blade. Will you sharpen it or let it dull in haste? Feel that blade ignite within you. Nimitz's journey isn't a distant whisper. It's a war drum thundering in your chest. Your mind is the first battlefield where power is forged, and right now, you're letting it fracture. You're drowning in impatience, the soul-crushing rush that drains your focus, the setbacks that choke your calm, the failures that sneer your powerless. Silence them. Your mindset isn't your cage, it's your stronghold, and you've let it erode under the siege of urgency. Nimitz didn't let obscurity define him. He let it steal him. The Texas Plains, the Navy's early rejections, the grind of manual labor, they didn't break him, they honed him. Picture him at 20 by a railroad track, his hands raw from ties, his father's voice a stern challenge. Endure. Chester, while his mind blazed, dreaming of ships and command. You're buried under the rubble of haste. Scrape it up, forge it into steel, and reclaim your throne. Rise each dawn with a patience that devours chaos, a will that melts every barrier into molten strength. Command your thoughts with the fury of a hurricane, turn every scar into a badge of war, and let your mindset be the crucible where your dominance is born. You're not a slave to the rush. You're its master, a ruler destined to wait in silence. Steel hardens with belief, the unshakable force that turns dreams into empires. Nimitz believed in a future where his strategy ruled the seas, where a Texas outsider could command victory. At 25, overlooked by admirals, he believed in his skill, studying relentlessly, the flicker of a lantern his guide, his hands tracing naval charts. That belief drove him to Pearl Harbor in 1941, his nights a whirlwind of effort, his faith a wildfire. By 1945, he believed in Japan's surrender, leading the charge, his conviction a thunderclap. The world mocked, called him a provincial upstart, a gamble after failures. But Nimitz's resolve burned fiercer. It propelled him to the Pacific triumph, his legacy a beacon. You're letting doubt erode you now, questioning your worth, fearing your dreams are too slow, rushing to prove yourself, shatter that corrosion. Belief isn't a timid prayer, it's a lightning strike that rends the earth, a certainty that pulls glory to you like a tide. Believe you're a titan, a architect of victories, a force of nature, and let that conviction surge through your veins, driving you with a momentum no haste can derail. You're not here to falter, you're here to reign. Momentum sharpens with clarity, the piercing light that cuts through the haze of distraction. Nimitz didn't pursue every fleeting tactic. He focused on one vision, mastering naval warfare and securing peace. After early submarine flops in the 1910s, he saw the flaw. Scattered efforts wouldn't win wars. He honed his clarity, perfecting strategies, his mind a blade cutting through chaos. Picture him in 1942, at Midway, the air thick with tension, his voice resolute, "We strike to dominate, not survive." That clarity drove him to Tokyo Bay in 1945, to a career that redefined battles, his influence a tsunami. You're lost in turmoil now, scrolling endlessly, chasing disjointed goals, letting the world's clamor shred your focus. Halt it. Define your aim with a precision that sets your spirit ablaze, a target so vivid you can feel its weight, taste its triumph. Clarity isn't a gentle hope, it's your compass, your anchor in the storm. Nimitz knew his course, do you? Set it now, and let it guide you like a beacon piercing the blackest night. You're not here to drift, you're here to rule. Beacons ignite vision, the blazing horizon that turns ambition into legacy. Nimitz saw a future where his leadership crushed tyranny, where a Texas laborer could shape history, a vision so vast it dwarfed the skeptics. In 1916, after early setbacks, he envisioned command, a dream mocked by officers who called him green. Picture him in 1944, on a carrier deck, the sea churning, his fleet battered, the enemy near, yet his vision held, the horizon a promise of triumph. That vision carried him through the 1945 peace talks, when exhaustion loomed, through nights where he planned, the air thick with resolve. By 1947, his influence endured, the world his domain. You're stumbling in the dimness of impatience. Lift your eyes. See your future ablaze with glory. Every peak you'll conquer. Every dream you'll seize. Every realm you'll govern, as if it's already yours. Vision isn't a fleeting escape, it's the blueprint of your rise, the canvas you paint with your soul's inferno. Visualize it, breathe it, live it, because what you see with unshakable clarity, you'll conquer with relentless power. You're not here to dream, you're here to create. Power pulses with purpose, the heartbeat that drives every titan. Nimitz's purpose wasn't rank, it was to defend freedom, to prove strategy could prevail, to lift nations from war's ruin. He saw his father's struggles, the Texas isolation, the global conflict, and vowed to change it. That purpose fueled his 1905 naval entry, driving him to the Pacific in 1941, battling despair. Picture him in 1945, at Tokyo Bay, the air choked with victory, his voice steady. We fight for liberty. A mission that rallied fleets. That purpose turned the war into a crucible of renewal, its echoes a testament. You're searching for meaning now, waiting for purpose to strike. Stop waiting. Unearth the flame in your core, the mission that sets your blood ablaze, the cause you'll defend when the world turns cold. Purpose isn't a riddle to solve, it's the inferno that powers your charge, the war cry that resounds with every step. Find it, let it consume you. Because a life without purpose is a flicker in the gale, while yours is a blaze that will transform the world. You're not here to linger, you're here to ignite. Blazes demand discipline, the iron will that turns embers into empires. Nimitz didn't lead with ease. He led with discipline, working 18-hour days, pushing his mind and body to the brink. At 25, in training, he disciplined himself to excel. His hands blistered, his focus unyielding. In 1941, at Pearl Harbor, he honed plans, his headquarters a forge, sleep a rarity. Picture him in 1945, at the surrender, the air thick with history, his voice a decree. Precision or ruin, the deck his anvil. You're tempted by ease now. The rush's siren, the endless scroll, the path of least resistance. Shatter it. Rise each morning with a warrior's rage. Carve your destiny with every disciplined strike. Let it be the spine of your ascent. Discipline isn't a fetter, it's your rebellion, the crown you seize when impatience falls. Master it, because discipline is the foundation of every master, and you were born to stand supreme. Foundations strike with action, the raw power that builds worlds from ashes. Nimitz didn't just envision, he acted, entering the Navy in 1905, commanding in 1941, leading to victory in 1945. You're frozen by haste now, failure looming, judgment cutting, the unknown taunting, break free. Charge with the fury of a cyclone, every step a proclamation of your might, every move a stone in your empire. Action isn't a hesitant scheme, it's the thunder that molds your reality, the hammer that forges your dominion. Strike now, because every moment you delay is a kingdom lost to urgency. You're not here to scheme, you're here to conquer. Thunder glows with gratitude, the light that turns wounds into weapons. Nimitz spoke of his struggles with gratitude, not bitterness. The rejections taught him grit, the war losses deepened his resolve, the criticism fueled his fire. He thanked his crew, his family. Picture him in 1947, at retirement, his voice soft, "For those who fought with me." You're cursing your battles now. Poverty that bites, heartbreak that stings, loss that lingers. Transform them. Every scar, every triumph, every breath, wear it as a warrior's medal, proof of your survival. Gratitude isn't frailty, it's the fire that turns your past into power, the lens that reveals the gold in your struggles. Embrace it, because the storms that forged you are the sparks that propel you higher. You're not here to begrudge, you're here to rise. Sparks bend with adaptability, the flow that turns obstacles into victories. When submarines failed in the 1910s, Nimitz adapted, mastering fleets. In 1942, after Midway's risks, he adapted, securing dominance. The world shifts beneath you now, jobs vanish, markets twist, life evolves. Ride it. You're not a rock to shatter, you're a river, carving new paths through stone. Adaptability isn't concession, it's your evolution, the skill that keeps you aloft. Flow, grow, because the future bows to those who adapt, and you were born to lead. You're not here to resist, you're here to reshape. Leadership thrives on resilience, the unbreakable core that turns pain into power. Nimitz faced rejection, war's toll, political pressure, yet rose. Life will strike, betrayal will slice, failure will bruise, despair will claw. Will you shatter? No, you'll rise, tempered, stronger, a king crowned by struggle. Resilience isn't mere survival, it's your reign, the force that turns scars into scepters. Stand tall, because you were born to dominate your storms. You're not here to fall, you're here to rise. Reins sharpen with learning, the hunger that keeps your edge lethal. Nimitz didn't start as an admiral. He learned, mastering tactics, studying leadership, growing through conflict. He learns daily, pushing limits. You're resting on old wisdom. Ignite your thirst. Hunt knowledge like a predator, every lesson a blade, every error a forge. Learning isn't a chore, it's your evolution, the fire that keeps you ahead. Seek it, because those who cease learning tumble first. You're not here to stagnate, you're here to ascend. Ascension burns with purpose revisited, the flame that breaks every chain. Nimitz's purpose defended, guided him through crisis. Hold fast, let it lead you. Purpose is your destiny, lead. Flame forges resilience again, the steel that withstands every tempest. Nimitz rose through rejection's wars, each scar a victory. Rise. Reign with resilience. Reigns demand learning, the hunger that builds your legacy. Nimitz's growth inspires. Resist halting, grow. Learning crowns you, soar. Wisdom strikes with resilience, the force that turns blows to triumphs. Nimitz's path proves resilience eternal. Conquer trials, rule. Ruling pulses with learning, the edge that keeps you immortal. Nimitz's hunger lifted him. Grow, fly. Flight ignites with patience unleashed, dominance mastered. Nimitz's journey lights the way. You're a storm, rise. Patience unleashes dominance with a titan's mind, a visionary's belief, a king's clarity, a creator's vision, a warrior's purpose, a ruler's discipline, a builder's action, a survivor's gratitude, a river's adaptability, a colossus's resilience, an eternal hunger for learning. Wait in silence, strike with force, win like a master, reign, build, conquer. The world isn't ready. Rise now, seize now, blaze your path.